Okay, a lot going on here. This is Winging It. Austin Platts, Brennan Duarte. We've got a guest coming up. We've got your usual 60 seconds of tea with Jack D, and my food, which is an hour late, just arrived at my front door. Perfect timing. I'll get to that later. But let's get into this. Grilling out. Minneapolis, a little bit of a heat wave here. Last 2 days, we're in the mid 60s, 67 yesterday. We've got a freaking gas fireplace, which is just awesome. Just awesome, by the way. You guys like grilling out, and it's just fucking finally spring is here.
I love grilling out, but I don't really know how to grill or cook.
You're not the grill master?
I don't even know how to cook, spaghetti. All I eat is like frozen chicken. And I was roommates with Gray, and he would just grill out for us every night. And I kind of like salted the veggies.
You were salt bae?
It's great time. Yeah, I was a salt guy and the table maker.
That dude has a restaurant in Dallas, by the way. So hold on. Let's get to a little life update here for the crew. So Brennan's got some great property. I got the private tour when we were FaceTiming earlier. It looks awesome. Austin, you're moving to Dallas by the end of the month? My God, we're going to have to hit up Salt Bae's restaurant.
Possibly. It's pending my roommate's job.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a restaurant there. I mean, shit. Are you talking about the gold steak guy?
Bro, I'm talking about, Salt Bae, the dude that's salting the meat, and he's like super extra with slicing it.
Yeah.
Brennan, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Apparently that restaurant got terrible reviews. Fun fact.
He probably salted his food too much.
What year did he take over? Like, it was like 20.
Yeah. That was probably like, he probably went viral. What do you think? Like 2016?
God, I don't even know. It was
17?
I think it was when Instagram really started popping off with like memes. I guess Twitter always too.
Did he already have his own restaurant, or did he like?
Dude, he had one in New York, and he just went viral like during the pandemic because like some chick was like twerking like on one of his tables, and the boyfriend like all of a sudden like storms in from outside and was like, "What the hell?"
Dude, I saw that. Yeah, and there was like a massive fight in his restaurant.
That's my favorite segment. Google this, but you will not regret it. You guys are fellow golfers. I actually might. I'm looking. So Minnesota was whack. I found this out earlier. It was like, so they don't open until like it's going to be nice for a while. And I'm like, wait, why not just open up for a day if it's going to be now with global warming? It's going to be like 64 out. Tomorrow it's nice. I just saw a single course is opening. What do you guys? What's your golf game there? Are you guys looking to golf a lot this summer?
I've definitely gotten strayed further away from golf I used to like it a lot more.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what happened. I did want to say one thing though, back to the good weather. It was like 72 degrees a few hours ago because I had to go out grocery shopping. And as I was walking back out to my car from the grocery store, I got bit by a mosquito.
Oh,
and low key, it made me happy because that's when you know good weather is here to stay, baby. When the mosquitoes come out to play, the good weather is here to stay.
True that, but I love golf, and Brendan hates it now. Like, he hates it. He'll never go because once you hit 10, 11 hole, the 10 or 11th hole, he's like, I'm done. He's exhausted.
And we're all like 8 beers deep at that point.
Yeah.
I'm a big 9-hole guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
But
I
no
literally
one
cannot
does.
do 9 anymore.
Yeah. No one does 9 holes anymore.
So I was trying to take advantage of the nice weather. We were trying to go to Topgolf, completely sold out. We're like, okay, let's go there. There's basketball at the bar all day. Get there. Yeah, it's going to be 5-hour wait, and you're not guaranteed the golf. Okay, we'll see you later. So it's like I just love taking advantage of, like, I'm so eager to get out there with my new golf clubs that I got literally in the dead of winter. So I'm super excited, warming up. On the mosquito note, mosquitoes, like, my blood is just like gold to them. They will fucking suck me dry this summer. So I am not looking forward to that. And so, dude, Minneapolis, even though I can't find a fucking house, I keep seeing pictures of all these awesome sunrooms. We have a sunroom here. At first, I was like, this thing fucking sucks. Now that it's nice out, oh my God, we just leave the door open. Dogs go in and out, and no mosquitoes yet. So you kind of made me like wince. I was like, oof, I'm going to have to shut that up once it's mosquito season officially. But yeah, so St. Louis hitting the 70s already. That's nuts.
Dude, the golf courses here will open whenever they can.
I know.
They're basically year round. And then back on the mosquito thing, I saw this thing where, like, if you take a Sharpie and draw a circle around it, it will stop itching. Have you ever tried that?
One thing I have done is I have, because I have gotten my fair share of mosquito bites, I put Band-Aids on them, just like so I won't like scratch them. It's weird, but it works for me.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because I think the more you scratch it, the worse it gets.
Oh.
I have heard of stuff like that though, Austin, where you like what you said, drawing a circle around it. Who knows?
Maybe it's a ballpoint pen. Maybe it's a ballpoint pen.
Speaking of insects,
wait, you should try it, Brendan. Try it right now.
Do you have one? Yeah, where is it located?
It's right on my arm.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see it.
Is it one of those big ones? That one sucks.
Should I go get no, it's not. It's really not that big of one. Should I go get a ballpoint pen and try it?
Yeah, should I go get my food? Speaking of insects, Austin, you want to fill time with Buzz? How about that?
Yeah, go get your pen, go get your food. I'll talk about nothing.
Yes.
All right, I'll be back in 20 seconds.
Wow, just me and the listeners. I never thought this day would happen. How you guys doing? This is fun. Don't really know what to talk about. Maybe you guys send in some listener submissions every once in a while. We've gotten like 2 ever. I mean, it's tough to think of topics every single week. So send us some shit. Hey, Brennan, you're back.
Hey, were you talking about Buzz? I got the ballpoint pen.
I was just rambling.
Oh.
I froze. Can I see you do it?
Yeah. It's right here.
Well, don't fuck it up.
Where are we? We got the pen.
Dude, that's a huge circle.
Well, dude.
Wait a minute. So you have that line like curing the itch? What's going on there, Austin?
Dude, I think you got to draw the circle like right around the bite.
So you basically just have to spear the mosquito bite with your pen.
Dude, the issue is I'm right-handed and I got to draw this circle with my left hand. I'm not fucking Pablo Picasso. Let's try it again.
Come on, Bobs.
All right, that's good.
We'll see.
I just got my Chick-fil-A. This is a very ASMR right now.
Back to Buzz, though. Let's actually talk about Buzz.
Sure.
So I bought some Buzz on Thursday when it first opened, and I'm not kidding you. As soon as I bought it, have not looked at my investment account one time since I bought it at the open. Couldn't tell you what it's. I just got scared. I was like, all right, I'm buying this. I don't even want to look.
Basically, to sum it up, it's an ETF. You know, it's not like if it moves like 0.5% each day, you're like, yeah, all right. You know, you're not going to have. And that's why I think there was a lot of confusion, because people were like, oh, shit, you know, Penn, Dave Portnoy to the moon, 10% days. But yeah, I think literally. So I jumped in too. I got a couple shares, I think the second day after it went live. And yeah, I think I ended up, you know, I think I'm up like 1%, but it's not a very like, you know, huge day this, huge day that either way.
It's at 2309, opened at 2450, so it's gone down a little bit. But you shock me, Brendan, because Brendan will go like weeks without looking at his bank account. And I feel like I look at my investment account probably around 50 times a day.
I love it.
And you haven't even looked at it since Thursday?
I have not looked at it since Thursday morning.
Honestly, that's probably good for like your health, anxiety. Like, good Lord, we were like, all of a sudden I'm looking up. I wake up like an hour early. It's like Dow futures up 300. I'm like, yes. And then I watch it all go red like midday, and then we're back. I saw David Tepper, who sports tie-in. He's the owner of the Carolina Panthers. He just bought him from that racist old guy, Jerry Richardson. And he was just like, he's like, dude. He's one of these finance guys. Like Steve Cohen just bought the Mets, and he's a hedge fund guy, and he got all of that shit when they were all tied up in GameStop, which hit 200 again today. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, so basically David Tepper just said, yeah, I think the bond yield, which is why there's been such a big tech sell-off. He said he's bullish. There's no better word than hearing some finance dude say he's bullish.
On Buzz, or just
bullish on the market overall. Just like now fears have subsided. But I mean, you're on that bear shit, Austin, little bit.
Dude, I know, and I hate being a bear. We should really save this for core trades, but it's tough when the market's down 2% and it should be up a ton from the stimulus news. It's like,
yeah,
you just can't pump it. What can, you know?
It is weird. I don't know. So I've been switching up my background lately here, and for some reason I'm a keynote speaker at a conference. But yeah, so again, we'll save that for later. Let's get into a Monday Scaries debate, because I was actually just thinking about this, and we might have a potential new day. Programming note, I showed you guys the website, which is basically done. You know, I put the framework in. I've got a meeting tomorrow to make sure this guy can kind of aesthetically just make it kick ass. So like right now it's like, hell yeah. And I wanted to go with it today, but then I showed it to a bunch of people. It was like, hey, this is great. Maybe get another eye on it and see what we can do. So I'm hoping to do that this week. And I lost my train of thought, but, the Monday Scaries debate. So we might be switching up the day because we all like to have a little fun on the weekends. And we are into the worst half of our 20s, right? You know, the other half, the older half. Are hangovers now from one day to two? It's not just Sunday anymore. Monday takes you out.
Dude, they've been 2 days ever since we graduated. And I don't even think it's a debate anymore. I am like 4 times as more hungover on Mondays than I am on Sundays. And I don't know if it's just because I have to work, or I'm just like, you know, sweating out the toxins on Monday.
Totally.
I'm still drunk when I wake up on Sunday, but Mondays are fucking brutal. And yeah, I was like sitting in my chair today, and I was like, we might have to move Winging It to Tuesday night recordings.
Yeah, dude, I don't feel normal until like, honestly, probably Wednesday of every week now.
Oh God. All right. Now we're going to have to do Wednesday. No, this is kind of a great topic. Let's stay here for a bit. So hangovers went from like when we were in high school and college, like insane headaches. Like those, obviously, that's what's terrible about this. As we get older, it's like each new symptom just stays on with us. I get acid reflux to where I have Tums by my bed now. You know, you talk about like Sunday, maybe the headache, sweating, dehydration. But then do you guys get the like where your appetite is just fucked up, where you are just not hungry and you just can't eat for a day, maybe even longer?
Oh yeah. It's so hard for me to eat when I'm hungover. Yeah. I'll like order a shit ton of food and eat like half of it.
Yeah, you'll like go out to brunch with your friends still drunk Sunday, and you get there, order a bunch of food, and then look at it and you're like, I guess I'll save this for later.
I'll be in the bathroom. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, speaking of crazy, did you guys saw this? This was kind of towards the early part of the week, but it was insane for two things: for how cool it was, the space hotel, and also that it could be operational in 6 years.
I did not see this. Is it like an Elon Musk thing?
Oh, did I put this? Oh, Jesus Christ. That is me. That's right. Yes. So this is crazy. So type in space hotel. I'll do it with you here at home. So it's basically like a circular, it resembles something from Star Wars, but yeah, it's basically dude, space is the future. And so like if you go into like an exotic resort and like the world's most remote places, like if you are doing rich people shit, this is the new rich people shit, is going to space. Damn, I wish I could share my screen right now, but it is basically, it's literally just an orb hover. You think they have an outdoor pool? Will that work? But dude, it's gonna be lit.
Dude, as soon as they offer it to where like you can start investing in real estate in space, I'm for sure investing in that. It's totally the future. You're right. We're gonna run out of room on this planet eventually.
Dude, you can buy stars. I don't know. Have I talked about this? You can buy stars in the universe. Some random dude that created this website and like is somehow credible, and he just made a killing off people buying random stars in the universe.
Dude, think about this shit. So we've talked about digital Earth, where you can buy like digital properties and shit. We've talked about the housing shortage, which fucking Christ, can I get a house? Can I get a house? Think about this. What, this probably won't be us. Will it be our kids? Will it be our grandkids, etc.? When global warming, like Miami's going to be underwater in 10 years. Like California is eventually going to break off from the US. Earthquakes are getting worse. Like, when does owning real estate not be, oh, you're going to get your money back? When does being on Earth start to be like, oh, you can't sell that for shit because everyone's moving to space?
I hope that's like way outside of our lifetime.
Yeah.
I heard, who's the really famous scientist?
Bill Nye. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, if we have the technology to geoengineer a way to live.
All right, check this out. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Hopefully this works for fucking video for everyone too. But this is the Space Hotel. Brent, you visiting that right there? Oh my
that would, I don't know, dude. That freaks me out kind of.
Have you seen Passengers with Chris Pratt?
No, it's on my list though. Actually,
dude,
I might have taken it off.
And it looks just like that.
Yeah.
But they can go like the speed of light. Real quick, what I was saying is Neil deGrasse Tyson said if we have the technology to geoengineer a way to live on Mars, then we should have a way to geoengineer Earth back into Earth. So it's like we should just save our planet instead of trying to escape it.
And which we weren't doing, but I think, dude, the coronavirus, like I kept reading these articles, which are fascinating to me because everyone stayed in their homes for multiple months and like the world reacted to it. Like the animals came back to spots they weren't normally. Emissions over cities were down. So it was nuts. I had something I was going there with, but thank you, Austin, for bailing me out.
No, that's crazy that just in like half a year, it actually made changes.
And now we've got Biden is going to be focused on that. My brother's, I don't know if people know that, he's a huge environmental guy who lives in DC. But yeah. But
back to your point, you said, when will real estate not go up? And I mean, yeah, like some of these places are going to be underwater kind of soon.
I would love to visit Miami. I don't think I would own property there. California with the fires we just saw this summer, like that shit scares me. Even Colorado was almost on fire.
Yeah, like the two most desirable places to live. What's the city I think it's in Europe. Is it Venice? It's like the city that's half
water.
underwater.
I've been there. It's so sick. You get everywhere by what is that? Fucking, it's not, what's
Canoe?
That boat? Yeah, I thought there was a bigger name for it in Venice, but I'm not sure.
Is it motorized? Yeah, it's motorized, right?
No, they used, well, unless they freaking put those guys out of a job. It used to be a guy with a stick because you could touch the bottom, so he would just like navigate the water with a stick.
That's fun.
Speaking of useless talents, I don't have any of these, but I mean, anyone got some of these? I think this is an Austin submission. I tell you some talents I don't have. Anything handiwork.
Oh my God, same. I had to invite Austin over on Friday to hang my TV mount because I had no clue what the fuck I was doing.
I would hire someone. Speaking of which, how'd the moving go? Was that epic? The movers?
Oh yeah, it was pretty epic. Yeah. Did I not talk about this? I mean, yeah, I just paid them and they came, took all my shit, put it in a big truck, and then carried it up the stairs for me to my new place. So it was so worth it.
Yeah.
Dude, this truck was massive that Brennan got. It was like a full house moving truck.
But yeah, it was way bigger than I expected. It wasn't just like a U-Haul. It could have fit like it could have fit probably 10 times what I actually put in there.
My useless talent is probably ping pong.
You are really good at ping pong.
But I've honestly been making like a bunch of money at the bar the past 2 weekends, hustling kids. But it's pretty useless.
That's usually how I lose money at the bar, is when I think I'm good at darts. Is this your cat? Mittens is a ninja? Because I was going to say my talent is, as aforementioned, I'm Spider-Man. I keep doing this to myself. I don't drop anything. I literally caught a French fry the other day. I was like, holy shit. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, your cat.
Fun fact, my favorite color is red because I loved Spider-Man so much when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, Mittens is a fucking ninja. She'll like, I was moving in and she like loves to get up high. She's like climbing on my mattresses, flinging herself across the room because obviously they can like fly basically. And then the next thing, she'll just come up and like snuggle next to you. I'm like, you're bipolar, Mittens.
So
that's her. Sorry, Brent, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so that makes her a ninja?
Dude,
well, I was going to say cats are crazy. Like their skills, like how they can perch up on stuff. They can climb up on top of your like kitchen cabinets. And I was thinking about this the other day, Brent, because you're in a townhouse or an apartment or a townhouse. Like, what's it technically called?
It's a condo.
Condo. Okay. So like I could never do that because I've got, 3 dogs, but you're not really a pet guy, are you? Am I calling you out?
No, I mean, like if I were to get a pet, it would be a dog, but like for sure not right now.
Brendan hates animals.
No,
I was gonna say,
don't.
I just remember you viciously yelling for like 7 years throughout our friendship after your old dog Buster, who would not shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Buster.
So here's the backstory. When I was a kid, I had 2 dogs. One of them was a beagle who actually literally barked 24/7.
I have a beagle. I'm with you. Yeah, I know.
And we had to yell at it. And on top of that, my mom, like the invisible fences that people put in their yards.
Right.
She got tired of my dogs shedding all over the place, like all over the carpet and all over the couches. So she got the invisible fence installed inside of our house to where my dogs couldn't leave the kitchen/laundry room area. And like people thought it was like some like torturous shit that people thought that I devised this plan.
No, wait a second. I can't decide if that is just like ridiculous or if that is the headiest play I've ever heard in my life. Because at first I'm just like, Jesus Christ, put up a gate. But then it's like, wait a second, you yourself don't want to be stepping over that gate. That's like perfect. How has it never been thought of before?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever even thought of that.
I'm so weak. I never knew that.
Brennan's dog did sound like it was dying every time it barked.
Oh.
It was like,
Buster.
I mean, dude, Buster would go outside and bark at the mailbox. Like, and I'm not even saying that to be funny. Like, he would go outside, look at our mailbox and bark at it for like minutes at a time.
Dude, I'm totally with you, Evie. I mean, it's just, you're with it. You just kind of you're like, Eve. Like, she'll just hear something. And it's like, Evie, shut the fuck up. But that's funny. Yeah. So I was just thinking about that. We've got our guest coming up here. D2 lax player. Is that right? I've got a lot of questions actually for him. So let's wrap up with some, I like putting your mind in a pretzel, right? First of all, this is a good one. I don't know who put this one, but do kids still ding dong ditch with Ring doorbells? Was that me?
That I did not put that, but I've thought about this before too.
Yeah, I put that one. I used to ding dong ditch all the time. I think we all did. But yeah, like everyone's got Ring doorbells these days. So like it's got to be way harder.
Yeah, because they can see like where you go and hide and shit now.
That part of our childhood is almost gone, know?
Kind of sad.
They can see your face too. If it like, because it records like whenever there's movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never forget when we were all a part of a member of our crew shitting in a bag and letting it on fire, and we dropped it off at someone in our neighbor's house. I have a Ring doorbell, and all I'm getting is just, oh my God, 2 miles away from you, attempted carjacking. Like, and it's just like all these people's video, like, dude, like, so speaking of times past us, I was never really, I've been, like, we weren't car thieves, but you knew people in high school who, what was it called, that would basically try and find unlocked cars. Car hopping. Thank you. I always see videos like every single night. It's like 2 miles near Chowan Park, attempted car hop, and then it's just like these guys just like on a Ring like a Ring video doorbell camera, just like checking doors.
Yeah, it happened to me in high school. I got my iPod Nano stolen from my Mitsubishi Eclipse.
One time, Brendan's Ring doorbell caught some girl taking the entire Halloween candy bucket from their doorstep.
Yeah, my mom put out Halloween candy like I guess 2 Halloweens ago, and some like 17-year-old girl came up to our doorstep and just took the whole fucking bowl. It was like legitimately 17 years old.
Ring doorbells are also great because we get all those viral videos of like people coming home drunk from the bar, like falling over themselves trying to get into their house. Okay, one last mind pretzel for you, and then we'll get to our guest, Benji. So cable's dying, right? Okay, I think our generation is about done with cable. I don't know if you guys have seen this right now. Amazon's about to take the entire NFL away. They're already taking, like, people are pissed off because they're already taking, I think, every single Thursday night. They're taking even more games on Saturday, Friday, etc. They want the whole thing, and it makes sense. But are we going to end up having so many damn different streaming service platforms that we need that we're going to be essentially paying cable?
I've thought about this too. Like when Netflix took The Office off because now NBC has it and you have to buy NBC's service to watch The Office. And it's just like more and more doing that. Eventually you're going to be subscribed to NBC and every other fucking channel to the point where it's like, well, you might as well just pay for cable and get all the channels in one bundle.
I mean, what else are the TV stations supposed to do?
Yeah.
No, I will say what's better about this is what's so brilliant. What Netflix is doing is they're just paying everybody, hey, content, so they can have all those different niches. So no matter what, hey, I want to subscribe to this show. And once you subscribe and you're paying monthly, it's like statistically proven that you're not going to it's so hard for you to actually get to the point to where you're like, fuck this, I'm going to stop paying you. You guys
I have a question. You know, all the Netflix originals, are those just movies that are made that Netflix buys, or do you think they plan out all these movies?
A little bit of both. They buy the rights to HBO Max. So they have bidding wars. HBO Max bid a lot of money for the Tiger Woods documentary, etc. So HBO is still relevant. Like, they broke the game open with The Sopranos, kept it going with Game of Thrones. Now they've got HBO Max, which are doing a lot of great stuff with. Yeah, Peacock, you said. CBS All Access has got to be the worst one ever. It's like, oh my God, catch the Twilight Zone remade with Jordan Peele. You guys want to take a guess at some of the streaming services I have? Because I guarantee I'm paying more than cable. But here's why it's better. I don't need TLC, Bravo, what do Discovery Channel? Yeah. HGTV is lit, though.
Hey, CBS All Access has Love Island. Don't forget about that.
So you guys want to guess at some? I mean, that's probably not a great game, but I've got freaking, I need HBO. I don't have Peacock, but I have NBC Sports. I've got freaking NHL TV. I just bought ATP Tennis Live. Best investment I ever made ever. I once subscribed to WNBA League Pass.
Wow.
Yeah,
were you one of 3 subscribers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 2-1 so far in my career betting the WNBA. I got to check it out.
We just got YouTube TV, and it's pretty dope.
You were
we
saying
split
that
it. Me and Drew split it with our neighbors, And we each pay like $16 a month, but it gets us live TV. It gets like, movies and shit.
Yeah.
Like we can watch like most sports. The only thing that sucks is it doesn't have Fox Sports Midwest.
Yeah.
So I watch like a lot of Cardinals games.
On that note, good way to end. Cardinals, I saw, are going to have 1,800 fans. My dad's birthday, mid-March. I'm going to have to slide through STL again, yes. All right, let's talk some lax next.
What's going on?
So we're rolling right now. Got our guest in here, Benj Besancenez. A lot of things going on here. We've got the quad box, which I love. I've had this food sitting next to me for, an hour because DoorDash fucked me and it came so late. So I just scarfed down one of my chicken sandwiches. Imagine this, like a pelican would. Like I literally just ate it like a pelican. But we got our guest in here, Benj, Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte, I'm Dylan Corbett. Benj, what's going on? Good to get you on.
Not much. Just got finished coaching some little guppies in lacrosse, and now I'm here, ready to record.
So how about that? So let's start there. Sorry, Austin. So you're a D2 lacrosse player, and I've been fascinated with what because I was born in Connecticut, and that's where, as you would probably know, is like a hotbed, the Northeast, Maryland, etc. New Canaan, Connecticut, and when I moved to St. Louis area, it was like club lacrosse for Lafayette where we went to high school. But I feel like the sport's really flourishing in the area over the last decade or so.
Yeah, a little bit. When I was growing up, it was kind of just like no one cared about Missouri lacrosse players because they all sucked, honestly. And then you'd go out east and get your ass kicked, and then you would come back and then play St. Louis lacrosse. But in the past couple of years, I guess it's been growing a lot. We actually got the athletes to play now instead of just the nerds. Right. So I guess
who was the really good lacrosse player at our school? I bring this up every time we talk.
Wayne Rommel, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Rommel.
Both of them. They were brothers, right? Yeah.
I actually, so Wayne went to Marquette his freshman year of college, I guess, and tore his ACL. And then he actually transferred to Lindenwood. We actually roomed together for a year.
Really?
Shockingly. And then Bryce also was there as well.
So you got beef with Bryce?
Huh?
You got beef with Bryce?
No, I don't got beef with Bryce.
Give me this juice.
Bryce probably will never hear this, so I can probably speak openly.
Never.
Bryce actually roomed with my current roommate, Gabe, and was so addicted to video games he would piss in water bottles and stuff and go to the bathroom.
Wow.
We'll talk a little shit while he's probably
I mean, we've all been there, but I've usually do it on the road.
I don't think we all have. I have not been there yet, so
I don't think
I like playing video games just as much as the next guy, but I have never been so into it where I have to fucking pee in a water bottle.
What games was he playing?
I think he just crushed Destiny.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I mean, 16 hours a day, skipping practice, just crushing Destiny.
So, wow. Ben, you mentioned that you're coaching now. Is that something you want to kind of do for the future, or what's going on with you there?
No, not really. I mean, I don't mind it once I'm there. It's kind of a shit show to get there. I go straight from work to coaching. I don't mind it, but I definitely don't want to. I'll do it as like a side gig, never like a head coach anywhere or something like that. Honestly, dude, yeah, it's every day, like 5 to 6:30, 5 to 7 every day, and then games and shit. I didn't realize how stupid high school kids are either. I mean, these kids are so dumb.
Is your team good?
We were supposed to be good last year. We went into our first game and lost like 17-4. So I don't really have a good gauge on if we're good or not. We're supposed to be pretty good though.
Do you talk shit to the kids while you coach?
Here and there. Not as much as I did when I was a player on the field, but
give us some stories, some of your best stories there.
What, when I was playing?
Yeah, some trash talking. I love good trash talk. I grew up watching Kevin Garnett absolutely, strike fear into everyone in the NBA. Chad Ochocinco, T.O. on the football field. What's some good? Because lax, you get to tussle a little bit too, not unlike hockey.
Yeah, so luckily I played goalie in lacrosse, so I stood in this little crease where no one could do anything to me when I was in the crease. So I felt unstoppable out there with three big defenders sitting in front of me. But I guess I kind of modeled my athletic career over Johnny Manziel a little bit. I wore number 2 in college just because of him. And when I was a sophomore, we played this team, and it was like our biggest rival probably. And this kid came across the middle and just got absolutely crushed. And he was laying on the ground. And so I took it upon myself to go stand over him. I was like, get the fuck up, you pussy. Like saying all this shit to him. 2 minutes later, he's getting carted off the field because he's passed out.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, wow, I'm a fucking asshole. But then
Hey, you were trying to rile up the
game.
team, and unfortunately, he was a bit too shaken.
Yeah, he was incoherent. And,
Dude was in a coma.
After the game, I got surrounded by their entire team because I walked through them all and just kind of like grabbed my dick, I guess, while I walked through them. And like started saying shit, and they all surrounded me. And like I got on the bus, my coach goes, "You ever pull that shit again, you'll never step foot in the field again." And I was like, "All right, sounds good." But I started every game. I guess in lacrosse, the goalies cross and like shake hands before the game starts to like, in good spirit. I would always stop short and never shake the other goalie's hand just to kind of set the tone from the start. Like I'm not fucking around out here.
Like Ronda Rousey, she would never shake hands.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't understand that. It's like, dude, I don't like you. You don't like me. So
Benj, what sports do you think are like that the most? Where I sense that in hockey too, where it's like there is a lot of mutual respect sometimes, but sometimes they're just there to rough each other up as teams.
yeah, it has to be hockey. I mean, you hear those players mic'd up, it's absolutely unreal content. Like the refs even get involved a little bit. Like you hear refs telling people to shut the fuck up on that out there. Hockey players really don't give a shit. I guess hockey and lacrosse get compared to each other a lot. Like a lot of hockey players play lacrosse, a lot of lacrosse players play hockey. So I guess they're pretty comparable in that aspect.
Can't you just like slash the fuck out of each other during the game?
Yeah, you can do a lot. You can just beat the shit out of kids. Yeah. If they have the ball, I mean, you have to like eventually like get stick. Like you have to eventually hit their stick, but you can get a good 2 or 3 whacks on their elbows before you ever have to touch the stick.
So being goalie, would that ever happen to you, I guess? Or would you just get nailed with the ball?
Both. I like play goalie a lot different than I would say most goalies. Most goalies are like unathletic, like fat kids that just got thrown in there. I like ran the ball out a lot. So like, and I didn't wear the elbow pads that they wore. I just wore a cup, gloves, and a chest and a helmet. That's all I wore. And so people would go after my elbows more than anyone else because I wasn't wearing anything. Like in high school, I left a game just bleeding from my elbows because I just ran the ball out a ton. And yeah, so they go after the elbows a ton.
No, I was going to say, and I might crawl under some people's skin here by asking you this question, because what's the worst injury you've seen on a lacrosse field in your career? I'll give you mine first as a filibuster to allow you to think about it. But like hockey, obviously, I'm always worried about the skate, cuts and shit like that. But lacrosse, you're going around with a damn hard ass ball that you're whipping. Yeah. Okay, here it is. When I was in high school in New Canaan, Connecticut, incidentally, some dude was not wearing a cup, got hit in the junk, and let's say his mushroom turned purple. What's the worst injury you've had there?
So I personally have not had that bad of an experience with injuries. My cup was absolutely massive. Like, have you ever seen like a hockey goalie's cup? Not because I have a huge dick, but it covered a good portion of my lower body, I would say. But my brother, who played midfield, they were just passing the ball around at practice. He also got hit in the nuts. Yeah. His nut was so big, it was the size of a can. And, like, he would whip it out at all times just because it stayed that big for a while. So there's pictures of him in college where it's just, like, him and his buddies hanging out, and his ball is just hanging out.
His tomato can.
I shit you not, it is the size of a fucking can. It was so fucking. Like, he had to go get tested to make sure he could still have kids and shit. I'm like, dude.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like the South Park episode when they bounce on the balls.
I was thinking of Johnny Knoxville hanging his like old man nuts out of his pants. Yes, you in your car, you're feeling uncomfortable, but you're still listening because you kind of like it. So this is Benj Besancenez. So we appreciate you stopping by. D2 lacrosse player. And I'm really, so dude, like I wish lacrosse would kind of take over nationally. What is isn't it the National Lacrosse League? When do you think that's going to kind of take over? Like not unlike how the MLS did.
It just changed it up actually.
Okay.
I guess the biggest name in lacrosse, if people know lacrosse, is Paul Rabel, and they just like started. Can you hear?
Breaking up a little bit. We can just edit this out.
We're lagging a little bit, I think.
All right, you're back now. I can edit that out.
Yeah. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm really worried about what the viewers think. So I guess the PLL is like the new thing. It's not like a full lacrosse game. I guess it's a little faster. They're trying to make it more viewer friendly, but I think it's like only like 8 teams right now. But the problem is it's not like a fun sport to watch because there's so many weird rules to it.
Right.
Like the average person, it's not that fun to watch because a lot of people don't understand it. So like you could turn on like a football game and understand what's going on in a soccer game and get it. But if you don't know lacrosse and don't know the rules, I guess it's not as enjoyable. So these people only make like 45, 50K a year. So they all have side jobs. And so it's like, can you really get the best players to play in that league and work multiple jobs, I guess, in a sense? But I think there's only like probably 2 or 3 people who have made it big on lacrosse and lacrosse alone.
Wow.
So not a whole money to be made, which is tough. Aren't
the games like super high scoring sometimes? And don't Big Cat and PFT own a team, or am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping. They I guess I don't know if they're ever joking or serious, but I guess they say they own the Water Dogs, which that's another problem with lacrosse. Like you couldn't think of a better fucking name than the Water Dogs. Like seriously, it's the douchiest names. I think it's like the Water Dogs. Atlas isn't that bad. Like the Whip Snakes. Like, dude, just be normal. And like the whole lacrosse bro like thing is just so blown out of proportion. That's why I guess you get the bad rap, but they do own part of the team. I think it only started like 2 years ago, though.
Yeah.
For all you gambling guys, there's money to be made in the PLL because no one knows anything. So,
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all over European soccer, and I think it's just a matter of time before I'll be betting on some freaking lacrosse.
Well, hit me up. I'm a horrible gambler, but I made quite a bit of money in the PLL last year, just not knowing anything, just looking at a roster and telling you who's going to be good.
Money to be made. I love it. Benj Besancenez, we appreciate your time, man. Good to get your insight. And I think it is fascinating, lacrosse, and kind of a sport that is unexplored, that is about to take off. So appreciate your time. We hope we get you back here sometime soon, and enjoy you stopping by here on Wingin It.
I am ready whenever. So thanks for having me.
All right, we're working overtime for you guys. It's another quad box. This is going to be a jam-packed episode. Good stuff in the first segment. Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts, I'm Dylan Corbett. You just heard from Benj Besancenez, and now it's time for some tea. Jack Duncan back with us. Jack, what's going on? I feel like there was a shit ton this past week. I'm sorry. I was working on the website. I should have done much more clips, but appreciate you guys listening, rating, reviewing, checking out the clips, following us on Instagram. And Jack, a huge part of the team. Welcome back. And what do we got here for the tea?
Going on, everyone. 60 seconds of tea with Jack D. First off, happy International Women's Day to all of our female listeners. We appreciate you, and all females everywhere, obviously. But
hey, on that note, do you guys have a guess of? So I have our bigger audience is on Spotify as opposed to Apple Pods. Winging It, a big part of that. So I can see, I'm thinking like I started it as a sports talk kind of podcast network, and then we came up with Winging It. Now we're kind of just touching different menu items. Do you have a guess of what our percentage of total audience is women?
Just for Winging It or for all podcasts combined?
Overall, all listening on Spotify.
Gotta be
25% women.
I feel like it's gonna shock us. I feel like it's bigger than we think.
I was 26.
26. Wow.
32.
36.
Oh,
I was
let's
shocked.
go.
I was like, okay, that's not terrible. So a little 60, 64, 36.
Wait. I didn't hear you. What percent women is it?
36.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
a little 64, 36 percentage. So happy International Women's Day to you, the 36 percentage.
Yeah, sup, ladies. But also, did you see Burger King's tweet today?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe I saw it still up. You know, like
I thought they got hacked, and they tweeted,
Well, did you
"Women
read the?
belong in the kitchen."
Well,
Did
it was part of a joke, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Or
Did you
not a
read
joke, an ad campaign.
Yeah. Did you read the rest of the tweet under it?
I did, yeah, but it's like, come on, like,
Well, yeah.
It's dangerous keeping that separate.
Yeah.
You know,
Someone has some balls on that marketing team, but I mean, they're being talked about. So
they were number 2 on Twitter all day. Oh yeah.
did I see what the tweet was?
No, we should say what it was. It was woman belong in the kitchen, right?
And then they tweeted under it and said, if they want to, like, we need more women or something like that.
I mean, shit, that's how you garner eyes. And now I'm seeing stuff where it's like, you gotta
clickbait.
cause, that's how you get the comment section into the, the sewer fest that it is, where people are just arguing over something.
I saw so many people that were like, I'm never eating at Burger King again. And I'm like, were you eating there in the first place?
Did you see all the fake tweets of like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A? Just like the most fucked up shit. Find which one's real.
Dude, the internet's a scary place. You never know what's going on. But yeah, Burger King, I mean, that's what's weird is like, cancel culture is there. You've got both sides of the political wing kind of, arguing both sides. And then you've got that dude that was clearly a racist. All of a sudden, after he gets outed for being a racist, he has the #1 album for 2 months in a row. And you're just kind of like, yuck. Like, how the hell does that happen? And then, both ways, Burger King makes probably a joke that didn't go really well, but they're trending all day on Twitter, so they got eyes on their brand.
Cancel culture is a disease. That shit makes me want to throw up, but that's for another time. Okay. So I don't know if anyone watched any of my suggestions. Anyone watch I Care a Lot?
I do have a callback here. Kelsey just binged Behind Her Eyes in one day, and she was like, I was like, oh, Jack told me the ending sucked. She said she enjoyed it. She was glad she stuck it out. She could see what you were saying at the end, but she said it was just an overall creepy miniseries.
It was, yeah. I mean, it had potential, but the ending just. But I would suggest watching I Care a Lot. I don't know if if the listeners listen to or watch my suggestions. Obviously, Brendan and Platts do not, but
these guys.
What are you talking about?
That, and then my other one was the Biggie documentary. I don't know if anyone got to watch that yet. Biggie Smalls documentary, Netflix. Awesome.
I did not because I'm lazy too, but I'm sorry. I was busy watching the creepiness that was is it Woody Allen documentary?
Oh, I've heard that's good.
First episode, I was like, ugh. I mean, it's very interesting. HBO's doing stuff. I just wrote it down. I Care a Lot. I'm sorry, in the Biggie Smalls documentary. I will get to those.
Those
yeah.
I'll have 2 more at the end as well. But for some gossip, so Kanye, there's 2 Hollywoods. We always talk about Kanye, but there's 2 streaming services that are racing to create documentaries. They're trying to see who can do it first. They're in a bidding war about Kanye, and the whole thing, it's like centers around he had this one bodyguard that he was really close with that was kind of with him through a bunch of stuff. He used to be a Chippendale dancer and an NYPD police officer, and he said that the documentary is going to start with when Kanye tried to sue him for $30 million for defamation. And then they're going to walk backwards from that and dissect their whole relationship. And he thinks he's about to get sued again. But I think that'll be very interesting because he was with him through everything for the past 10 years.
Kanye suing him for 30 mil?
He has before, and he tried to sue him for $10 million once as well. Because I guess his NDA or whatever, he broke it by talking about stuff about Kanye. Yeah, he was there. Like he was there when they got robbed in France, all that shit. So be pretty interesting.
That's probably going to do really well.
What do you guys think about I kind of had some thoughts on this today where The Last Dance was fine. I thought it was completely overhyped because it was Jordan. You know, why didn't I get to see Jordan gambling a shit ton more than him just throwing quarters with that weird dude with a perm? Like, I want to see him throwing mill on the golf course. Like Tom Brady's about to have a documentary that he is making himself. Like, what? Like, I don't want to see this cuddle fest with him. Like, I like the Tiger documentary is one that I recommend because it was like outside. These are the people that wrote the book on Tiger Woods. Tiger, like they said, the only way you're getting Tiger is if Tiger sees a list of questions. And these guys are journalists. They're like, what? We're not doing that. Like, that's like, that would be tampering with how we want to tell the story. But I don't know. I'm not for like people making a documentary about themselves, I guess.
Yeah. So you liked it because it was more real, the Tiger one.
I thought it was a great look at how his father like just groomed him to be, you are going to change the world.
Yeah, transcend history.
Dude, since 4 years old, you have the wiring to just be not, and like his father was trying to make him, you know, like a barrier or break the race barrier in golf, especially. Like shit was still going on the Masters during the time. I thought it was just really well done, and how they tied it together with like the beginning is like Earl Woods, his father, kind of talking in a speech never before seen clip about his son Tiger in college, and then it ends where it's like, this is my son, please take care of him, do what you will. And it's just like as Tiger kind of was like crashing down and his downfall.
Yeah.
Dylan, didn't you tweet about that at like 7 a.m?
Yeah, I had to check those Dow futures.
I woke up and you've been up for an hour tweeting about documentaries. I'm like, what is he doing?
My sleep schedule is very odd now where I'm checking Bitcoin at 3 a.m. I'm like, hey, when did the futures come out? I got the New York Times kind of newsletter to my email early.
Are you even in Bitcoin? I know we're getting off topic, but
oh yeah.
Okay.
CAN, baby. All right, some more tea.
Okay. Blinding Lights, the song by The Weeknd, is the first song in history to spend a year on first and only song in history to spend an entire year on the top 10 charts.
Which one? Can you sing it for me?
Ooh,
I love that song.
That one.
It was like the Pepsi commercial promo for it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been a whole year since that song's even been out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Dropped in 20.
I was just gonna say, I thought that was like a classic.
Thought that was a classic.
I didn't know that was the name of the song. That was like, I totally know that song. Like as soon as that was
it's got the Stranger themes. The Stranger.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah,
I don't know if I'm thinking of the right song.
Dude, I'm blinded by the light.
Austin just got Spotify a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By The Weeknd.
Yeah. Yes.
No, by the
what we
weekday.
said.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
All right. Chris Harrison Bachelor host, has the contestant who he offended accepted his apology, and he will be returning to The Bachelor sometime in the future.
Hold on, this is crazy. Isn't this a little slap in the face to Emmanuel Acho? It's like, you know, he's like, hey,
so I don't know if I think Emmanuel Acho still might be stepping in for these because they do the live ceremony at the very end of it all. But I think he will.
But didn't Harrison say like, hey, I'm coming back, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Release the tapes. I'm back.
Acho just sucked.
It's Bachelor night tonight. I'm on dog duty, so I don't know.
Yeah. That. Speaking of like messed up stuff that people have said, Papa John, you know, like how he got in trouble for saying all that racist stuff.
Yeah.
He went in an interview today and said he spent the last 20 months. It's taken him 20 months to rid racist comments of his vocabulary. That's what he said on an interview.
Literally, first of all, hold on.
I think he's off like Percocet or something. He literally looks like an idiot.
And this was like something off of like an SNL skit. Like you couldn't have written this. So first of all, it's a video of Papa John coming back and saying it has taken me 20 months of sensitivity training to get rid of the N-word.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, oh my God, dude. Okay. And then you look in the bottom right and it's like, wait, what news organization is interview? Oh, it's OAN. And you're just like, oh boy.
Isn't that a far right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, where's that even broadcasted? Like, I didn't even know this existed, but like, it looks like shit. During the pandemic, I discovered like the horse racing network, which is like my favorite network ever.
Dude, my mom watches the OAN. It's so annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that sucks. Yeah, they're like fucking graphics look like they're on Zoom or something. Like they literally look like
So Papa John,
like the pizza dude.
Oh,
he literally like called his publicist and goes, guys, it's taken 20 months, but I've done it. The N-word is out of my vocabulary. Get me in front of a microphone. I mean, it was that ridiculous.
Remember when he did some interview where he said he ate like 30 pizzas in 20 days.
And he was literally sweating his ass off.
And he said the day of reckoning is coming.
Yeah,
and
everyone was
later, the coronavirus hit. People were like, this guy was not fucking around.
This is what he was fucking looked like during that. He literally looked... People were like, what? People would literally just tweet like, is he like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Like, look at him.
Oh, God.
All right, what else do we got?
Yes, second time in history we've gotten the Austin Platts tears.
All right. I know you guys don't give a shit about it because most people don't. There's actually a lot of memes about how we had the Revolutionary War so that we didn't have to worry about the royal family anymore. Like that's why we got away from.
No, I was hoping you touch on this, the big Oprah special.
So yeah, I have not gotten to watch it yet because I don't know where you do watch it. I guess it's coming out on Paramount Plus, but I've been reading all about it. And it actually is kind of fucked up. Like some people, what are you so weak at, Austin?
He just can't stop laughing.
He's laughing at Papa John still.
Well, all right. So that's a good filibuster because I'm about to tickle you guys in a nice way here. I'm going to show you here as I've learned how to share screen. Papa John here. Absolutely. It looks like he's had a tough night in the bathroom at Bengals. And he is just sweating his ass off. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So I guess there's been all types of drama in the palace with like she's just been Meghan Markle has just been like treated like shit. And I guess the royal family, there's rumors that they're very racist. And so the baby they had, Archie, they didn't give any reason why, but they said that he would not be made a prince, which means he doesn't get any protection from the royal family. He doesn't get any security. So like Prince Harry had to go ahead, Austin. What?
Why? Because of the skin of his color?
The color of his skin.
The color of his skin.
So there was concerns raised about someone in the royal family. They didn't give the name who, but internet sleuths have narrowed it down to either Prince Philip or I forgot who the other person was. Like said like, I don't know if people will want to see the baby because its skin's too dark.
Well, exactly. That's kind of like with the times that we're going through where it's like, that's racist, but it's not like outward. It's just old people not being with the times. And if you thought, whatever you think of the United States was racist, England's worse. Like they deal with soccer players all the time. They have issue with their fans. Like, so, we're hoping to get through it across the world. But yeah, it was kind of crazy to hear that Meghan Markle definitely felt that presence of like, oh, these people feel weird, like just being around me, and she wasn't used to that. And the world should probably be past that point.
Yeah, but what's crazy is the one that they both have said was treated them the best is the fucking queen herself. The old ass queen is like the one who's been the nicest.
The goat.
Yeah, she apparently had suicidal thoughts at one point because Meghan Markle did, because they literally, like, when they were trying to keep her out of the public eye for a while, she left the house twice in 4 months, and they took her passport, her phone, and like just all her stuff. And I don't know, it was pretty bad. And
So which girl do we hate and which girl do we like? Do we like the queen?
Queen's all right. The extended members,
But we
of the
don't like who?
family. Just the royal family as an entity is a little too. All right, this is like from prehistoric ages.
right. Yeah, we don't like. There's like crazy shit in like England that like if the queen. This is off topic, but you just remind me of it. If the queen dies, was reading this fact about like for 12 days after, every TV station only plays coverage on the queen. It could be like Disney Channel, but if it's in England, it's like every single TV station you click through. I don't know.
Was the baby born in the U.S.?
No.
I was gonna say that'd be cool if it became president one day.
Wow, that would be cool. You're right.
Get in line. Elon's next.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Nicolas Cage has got married for the 5th time to a 26-year-old Japanese woman in Las Vegas.
Why is that so funny?
Dude, I don't know. I was weak when I was reading it though. But
isn't he known as like the worst actor of all time?
Well, no, he's known of captivating us as he was on a search for a national treasure, not once but twice. But then he was also Ghost Rider. Like he's a character actor, but he's very bizarre and he's doing all these things. My favorite Nicolas Cage story is where like I think it was after his 3rd marriage or his 3rd divorce, he was so upset that he just went on like a 2-week binge of karaoke bars on the Vegas Strip, just like singing his heart out.
He also hosts. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, have you seen his recent interview where he's like, I don't act anymore. I just feel in the moment. Like, it was so weird.
He also hosts a show on Netflix that's called The History of Swear Words. And they're like little like.
I heard that disappointed. I heard a lot of Nick Cage fans were like.
It sucked. I only watched the F word one, but other than that, it was not good. But hey, I think National Treasure is fucking fire. That was like one of my all-time movies. But I
went to see National Treasure 2 with my dad, and about 20 minutes in, the fire alarms went off inside the movie theater, and I never watched it after that.
Really?
After we had to evacuate.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
It's fire.
First one's gas.
What was on fire?
Dude, I thought who was that other dude who was in right the Hangover? That dude who was Doug in the Hangover? His career was about to take off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Patrick Star is officially getting a spinoff this summer from SpongeBob.
Like a movie or
like a show?
Same writers?
Yeah, but I just don't know. If you make anything in this day and age, it's like, unless you're like The Simpsons or something.
Well, it's like Cleveland. Didn't Cleveland spin off his own show from Family Guy?
But that didn't do too well. I think it only had a few seasons.
Yeah.
With like cancel culture and everything, like nothing can really be that funny anymore, I feel like. I don't know.
No. Dude, it's on that note, it's just really hard to do comedy nowadays.
It really is. Unless you're like South Park, who doesn't give a shit. But
Right, exactly. Or Bill Burr.
There's like few shows that have immunity from being canceled.
Yeah.
And it's like South Park, Family Guy, SNL's up there too, I'd say.
Yeah. Are you guys sorry, Jack, are you guys getting to this point? So like I'm getting to the age where like I thought my parents were like so funny when I was like anything they said to me, I'm just laughing my ass off. Now they're like, did you see this SNL skit about Zillow? And I was just like, Mom, SNL? Like, I think my mom is just like now discovering SNL. It's just like, it's funny how like we are kind of like we're just accelerating into adulthood in that. Well, my parents are a lot older. My dad was born before Christ, but it's just funny kind of like seeing the differences of everyday life nowadays.
Yeah, I would agree. My dad still cracks me up, but he gets like weak at like this. There's these videos on Facebook of like this guy who's like doing parody of being a baseball coach, and it's like the most not.
Oh wait, is that oh my god, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's not Kent Burns, is it? Or?
No, it's I forgot what it's called, but it's literally not funny like at all. Like it's just like the most corny like dad joke stuff.
Brendan's dad is weak at Facebook.
Dude, I was gonna say this past Christmas, my dad found out about Ligma and like the Ligma joke, and was in tears for like 20 minutes straight over Ligma. I'll wake up some mornings and he's like in the kitchen crying, looking at his phone. I'm like, Dad, what are you looking at? He's like, you gotta look at this meme. And it's like the bad luck Brian meme from like
my mom sent me a TikTok the other day. That frightened me. I'm like, good Lord.
Wow.
And it's literally some dude like coming in on his buddy, and it's just like him in front of like 4 different stock screens, and it's just the caption, he's down 20K. And I was just like, LOL. And my mom's like, I thought it was you. I'd be listening to Court Trades. All right, some more tea.
Wait, doesn't SpongeBob have a new movie that just came out?
I thought so, yeah.
And also, how are they going to do a spin-off? Like, SpongeBob has to be in it because Patrick's always with him, right?
No. Well, what? No, but
I mean,
who else does he hang out with?
You can do
Sandy? Squidward?
dude, no, this one's
Mr.
like shows
Krabs?
like his like fucking parents and shit. I
Oh.
don't know. Look, here's the picture. Damn it.
Oh. P-Star.
Isn't SpongeBob gay?
Yeah, I believe that's what the writer came out and said. Yep.
Really? I haven't caught up with, so it's kind of like The Simpsons. It's been that, like, The Simpsons is still going on. Can you believe that?
I actually saw a tweet today that The Simpsons got renewed for a either 33rd and 34th or 34th, 35th season. And that'll mark like 750 episodes. And it's the longest running series ever.
Are we going to watch that before, like, once it's done, like, before we're, gone and past, we're going to have to watch it like, hey, kids, watch this fucking series.
What, The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I used to watch
Even
The
though it's-
Simpsons a lot.
Yeah.
I own like the first 11 seasons on DVD. Fun
Dude,
fact.
just think people have watched like 33 fucking seasons of that. That's crazy.
So I used to own all those seasons too, like back when we had
They
all
came
the
in some
hard
cool
copies.
cases.
Yes, and think about it. That's not even halfway through what the entire series is.
I know. Simpsons movie's pretty good too.
You know, they predict the future is pretty fucking crazy.
100%.
I mean, shit, with all those episodes, they're bound to predict something.
But I'm still always Team Family Guy. That's my favorite one of.
It's
Same.
crazy how
shows.
both of those kind of stay alive in comedy as like just shit. They've spanned decades of like they've had to, go from having landlines to cell phones in their art.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, who became
This is great.
became for a little bit the richest woman on earth because of his fortune when they got divorced, how it got split. She is now married. She has married a science teacher at her kid's school and is going to give away her whole fortune to charity.
What?
Yeah, that's like half Amazon. Go on.
Like by the time she dies or like tomorrow?
Well,
I
wait a
mean-
second. I didn't realize she was going to give away her charity, but I imagine it's before she passes away.
Yeah, it probably is.
I think the funny story about this was just all the memes about this science teacher all of a sudden, getting what? A life of money? Well, I guess she's giving it away now, but imagine hitting the lottery like that, marrying Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Yeah, he's either playing her or he really is just doesn't give a shit about money, because she said that his how nice he is and his confidence and then how he's just a genuine person means she doesn't need her money.
He
So,
must be a kick-ass science teacher. Like that dude just can't be like
he must
rolling in,
love
shirt
science.
untucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's Mr. Bigsby?
Mr. Bigsby. That dude has
He
like a
was the man.
planetarium sculpture like on like his front desk.
Mr. Swan.
Dude, fuck him. If he's listening, fuck you, Mr. Swan.
It's my favorite fan.
Dude, I feel like so much money goes to charity. Like these foundations
but-
are probably getting so much money all the time.
Bro, and where's that money really
That's what I was just gonna
How do
say.
charities make money? Like that's where I dude, this is
Yeah, how do you
hysterical.
work at a nonprofit and
It's
get
all
a
tax
paycheck?
free, isn't it? Too.
Yeah.
Is this the most
It's like-
pathetic thing you've ever heard in your well, no, I don't want to say that, but it's the most bizarre thing ever. So my brother, I don't want to sound insensitive. Whenever Hurricane Katrina was, my brother's birthday, he Yeah, I sound like a dickhead saying it anyway. But he basically, I want to walk. Okay, I have the entire segment to walk it back. He was a 9-year-old who said, "Give me cash, and I'm going to donate it to Katrina efforts." And I was like, "All right, Ian, where's that money actually going?" So it was like a 9-year-old's party, and there was just $500 in cash sitting there back when cash was a thing.
So he donated all of his presents to Kurt
I think he donated it to under his bed. I mean, I don't want to out him there, but that's my thoughts on charities.
Yeah, they're kind of like, what reminds me of those are those fucking like Joel Osteen's church, like that
scam.
Like, how are these pastors there? Because they don't pay taxes, and this dude's getting like a couple milli a year.
Cutco cutlery.
Dude, I heard something crazy that when they say, "Do you want to donate $1? Do you want to round up to support some fund?" Apparently, they're already paying that money to the fund, and they're just asking you to help them out.
So they've already like
to pay for their Martha's
If you
Vineyard.
round up, you make the donation on, like, for example, let's say you go to Chipotle, you round up 99 cents. Well, then Chipotle gets to claim that 99 cents that you donated and it helps with their taxes.
Right. That's how Bezos doesn't pay any taxes, because he's so charitable. There's like loopholes there.
I heard that they like already agree to pay a certain amount. All the money you give like just goes toward like helps them out. But so I'm never gonna.
So you're saying they could like profit off it, maybe?
No, they can't profit, but like it's not really you contributing. It's like you contributing to Chipotle almost.
All right, we're getting two core trades over here.
Coming out this week.
Okay, Elon Musk is planning on. He's already contacted Texas officials, a city around his Texas rocket launch site called Starbase.
I think Texas is the new California. We were just kind of talking about how, dude, like imagine once real estate starts not being an automatic return on investment, because all of a sudden the earth is like, dude, Miami, which could be underwater in 10 years, California could be broken off as an island. So people are taking advantage of it. It used to be LA, yes, but now you see the fires raging this past summer. Earthquake's always a possibility. And then you see Texas, no state income tax. And Dallas is fire.
Yeah.
So they're building a city around like the launch pad so that the city can watch rockets go up.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can live there.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, it says he wants to build his own little town.
Dude, it's going to be like Mount Fuji from last week.
Yeah,
right?
and it'll probably be everything will be all Tesla and stuff.
There's going to be like new electronic cities. Like that's the future.
It's going to be like a utopia
with our robot dogs.
I see our 10-minute countdown, so I'll speed it up a little bit. A woman at the Lake of the Ozarks, who's like a popular realtor there, got caught by an undercover cop trying to pay a hitman to kill her ex-mother-in-law for $1,500. Imagine finding out you're only worth $1,500.
Like, hold on. How do you go about finding a hitman? Like, I imagine her like going through yellow pages, like just
I think of it in like Horrible Bosses when they go on Craigslist and
Motherfucker Jones.
Yeah. Well, then the first dude who shows up, they thought he was a hitman, but he just ends up he pees on people for money.
This reminds me, you can buy like Hitman off the Silk Road, which we just watched the Silk Road. Movie last night. It was pretty good.
That was one of my.
Jack suggested it, so I do listen to what you suggest, Jack.
Right.
But it just kind of details how the guy who started the Silk Road, like how it came about.
Austin, you would fuck with it. You know what the Silk Road is?
What platform?
You have to rent it, but it's like $5.
But we watched it on.
Fun fact: this is actually crazy. The dude who started it, his name's Ross Ulbricht. That's who the movie's about. He's my uncle's ex-wife's nephew. True story.
Can we get him on?
What?
Well, he's in jail serving a double sentence and 40 years.
So I need to collect call or.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. What? No, I didn't know. My uncle. It was like my uncle got divorced a long time ago, but like he had been at my uncle's house when he was like 8 years old or something. But still, kind of crazy.
One of my fraternity brothers was related to that racist NASCAR driver whose name was literally Ray Cicerelli. Racist Cirelli. Anyway.
But yeah, that movie's pretty crazy. They talk about Bitcoin a lot too. You guys would like it.
How long is it?
Like an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah.
If you want exact times.
That's not bad. That's a premiere time.
Okay. Apple it's rumored iPhone 13 will release in the third week of September. So I know you guys are glad you got the new ones, Brendan.
Apple to the moon for me, baby. It's a long play. Cortez this.
Already? I feel like I just got the 12.
Yeah,
I think I have the 9. What is this? Hold on. Oh, sorry. I have a background.
Is that the 5C?
I think my dad has the 3B.
It's
The 3BC?
Yeah.
Opti
The Nano.
Opti might be integrated into this new iPhone 13. So keep
Rally
your eyes on
today.
that.
Rally today.
okay. This is a little too. This is like scientists are claiming that a multiverse exists. That's a lot to dive into.
What do you think of the hotel, Jack? We just talked about that.
That was on there. I don't know. Would you guys go?
Fuck
Not
yeah.
Brendan.
I'd have to be on a lot of Xanax.
How long is that going to take? Is that what is that trip out there? I guess it would make it close, but isn't that going to be like the new? It's going to be the Ritz-Carlton in space.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be able to see the entire Earth. I mean, that's
Oh my
pretty sweet.
god, dude! You have to throw that up on the gram.
You think you can like skydive with astronauts and just like land on Earth?
That's extra.
Probably.
No, you would
land
float
on
away
Earth.
into the sun.
Dude, you'd get disintegrated.
Wait,
But
hold
yeah,
on. Here's a mind fuck. Would you have to pack suntan lotion? How about that? I mean, just shit. Are we closer to the sun?
I don't know
Dude.
how all that works.
Have you
It
seen
freaks me
the
out.
highest skydive by that Red Bull sponsored good
Yeah.
dude? He's
Yeah.
like in space, like at the very top before you like start to float.
The
It's
stratosphere.
sweet. He falls for like 10 minutes. Something crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, basically that's too much to dive into, but basically it says the Big Bang was preceded by some shit. I don't know. It's some high kid shit, it sounds like. But
Wait, hold on. On that note, this is Jack Duncan, 60 Seconds of Tea with Jack D, Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte. I'm Dylan Corbett. Funny ass TikTok on that note was so you've seen the it's like, oh, 1980s high school was the best. And then I saw someone's like 1300 BC's was the best. And it's like cavemen like hunting like bears and fish and shit. It's like hunting with the boys. That would have been lit.
okay. 3 quick things about China that are all absolutely ridiculous. One, for foreign people to enter the country, they're making COVID-19 anal swabs mandatory.
That's not
Okay.
true.
That is fact check me, bro.
Anal swap.
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Yeah. I mean,
I think I'll
they
be
also
staying put for now.
They also must think people there are blind or something, because they put a Chinese zoo tried to pass off a Rottweiler as a wolf in the wolf exhibit. They put because they said a dog's a distant cousin of a wolf, but like someone like videoed it and was like, "Is that a fucking Rottweiler?" And it's literally in the wolf exhibit. It's, yeah, I don't know.
That's
It's kinda
called
funny.
dinner.
Yeah, it's like you can't really see it, but and then they're restructuring their whole like PE system in school because they think boys are becoming less manly there.
Remember when they cracked ballerinas' feet?
So they're concerned about people becoming less manly, but they're doing anal swabs.
Only for foreigners. That's what like foreign to them. So like that's why they don't want like people to travel there. It sounds like.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Anyways, this is kind of cool. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, is auctioning off the very first tweet as an NFT, which is you guys know more about that.
What was the
but,
very first tweet ever?
I wish I had it, but it was him tweet.
It was literally just like, "Hi, this is my Twitter. It's live now." Like he was testing out a platform. It's like super cool.
And the highest bid right now is 2.5 million for it.
Speaking of NFTs, you got Top Shot, right, Austin?
It's so hard to get. You gotta like be on a wait list and shit. But everything is selling on Ethereum because they're like the biggest platform. So
Really?
watch out for Ethereum.
Love it.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why this is a pretty extraterrestrial episode, but there was a lot of space facts. There's been a space hurricane seen hovering above the Earth for the first time, which means like plasma in the universe is like, I don't know. They said it's a shocking revelation because it's never been documented.
Yeah, like watch like opening weekend at the Ritz-Carlton outer space just get totally annihilated by a meteor or just like an asteroid.
Okay. Baker Mayfield tweeted that he saw a UFO.
I'm telling you, they're here. Show them to me. I want to see you. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's all for that. And then, Addison Rae was caught crying when the paparazzi came up to her about the Bryce Hall thing. We still don't know about that yet. We have less than a minute, so I'm going to rip these off. Yes. Murder Amongst the Mormons is another suggested TV show. It's like a documentary. It's like the Night Stalker type feeling. It's about the 1985 pipe bombings of the Mormons in Utah. Crazy. And then last thing, the CDC says vaccinated people can now gather together indoors. So we are coming back to life, people. And that is the tea.
That's the tea. That's awesome. We should be money. The CDC telling us that we should do that. On Addison Rae and Bryce, are they done? I've been seeing what you've been seeing, Jack. No, staying together. You mean BrAddison?
Yeah, we could probably touch more on that next week.
That's next week. Jack Duncan, Austin Platts, Brennan Duarte. I'm Dylan Corbett. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Wingin It. We'll talk to you next week.